116th Hotline. It's Sadie
and Sutana, and welcome back to 116th Hotline. If this is your first time here, hello. If this is not your first time here, welcome back. 116th Hotline is a podcast where we talk about anything and everything, and it's not only a safe space for us, the hosts, but also for you, the listener / viewer. And you know what? This is going to be episode 82. And also the end.
The capping of our season 3.
Season 3. And you know what?
Woo!
We're going to keep it short and sweet.
Yes, ma'am. We're going to just kind of like use this as our little closure for this episode. For the season, I'm sorry. And
for the season.
I don't know. I kind of got emotional thinking about it because I'm like... Girl, no, I'm working on that, and I'm better at that now. I think I've let it all out enough last season. But I feel like because the other day, whenever she was editing our episode when we were talking about the Spring Fling event recap, I was like, wait, what? Episode 80? I was like, holy crap. I couldn't really process it because I'm like, we have 80 whole episodes out.
Yes, we do.
80 is insane. We're almost to the hundreds.
You should listen to it from the beginning and
honestly,
let it loop.
But you know what we need to do? We need to go back to a random episode one day, re-listen to it, and like talk about how we feel from it, and if
our perspectives have changed.
Oh, see, why do you bring my mind lately? When twin and say the same thing. So like, no, seriously, like.
So I wanted to talk to you about something though on this episode.
Oh shit! Here you go. What? Spit it out, sister.
So we start our seasons every September. October.
Around September, October-ish, yeah.
It depends on when we get to it. So it runs for about 6 months.
We kind of run up, like you said, we kind of run off of school years. School years.
I mean, it's the only...
It works out, and I'm thankful for you guys for being, flexible. Will you for being flexible with that
Girl,
too?
no, please.
But then it helps because, like you said, in the summertime, your kids are out of school too. We're all busy. We're traveling. We're doing this and that. So it just works out that way. And it kind of keeps us, like, busy whenever we're, like, working in general too and creating the events for all of you. So it's kind of like a little, I don't know, seasonal thing.
Seasonal. That's why I love it. It's like a school season. So how do you think you've changed since the beginning of this season? I'm trying to think. That'd be October.
It was like October, right?
September, October, up
of
till
last
now.
year?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I'm like blinding. Like I'm blacking out.
What were you for Halloween?
Wait, we didn't start in October. I feel like that was not too long ago.
Yeah.
Because that was just literally Hmong New Year. Right? Maybe we started a little bit before that. But regardless.
September
area. I'm trying to think of it like as for my work schedule because that's around the time I started work too. In
the fall.
In the fall-ish time. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I feel like I'm blacking out. I don't remember much. I don't know why. I think it was because of all of the nervousness of hitting the 30s, remember? So I feel like okay, I guess I can.
You were rushing.
There you go.
Yeah.
I was rushing for that. Well, trying to slow down time because I was kind of afraid to get to that point. But then I don't know. Honestly, I feel like it's so freaking true what everybody says about like once you turn 30, it's just something like the dopamine in your brain just like opens up a whole new thing to your like mentality. Like because now I know I figured that I was going to be more like focusing on like the like filtering out the unnecessary
What is it called? Your frontal lobe is developed?
My frontal lobe is developed literally at 30. My frontal lobe is not fully developed because I can always have room to grow.
Yeah,
but I do definitely feel like all of the unnecessary things back then, now I've just like literally been filtering it out because it doesn't really matter anymore. And I'm really, really like have dived into the person of myself of being like, I'm thinking about the future so much more now and really prioritizing that, prioritizing my time with my loved ones intentionally. I don't know, just really thinking a lot deeper and harder into anything that's artistic. I feel like lately we have been really into the artsy realm, like, from the museum to the movies that we've seen together too, like all of the stuff that we've like just really dived into lately. So I feel like it hits harder. I feel like wow, like I see the meaning in everything I do. It's crazy.
You're like, there's a double entendre here. Like there's layers to it.
There's layers to everything in my life. Like I see everything from like a artist perspective. I feel like I don't know.
And you are a creative in that way. Thanks. I feel like you're really leaning into like that creative part of you, where it's like you're not just like a teacher or whatever. It's like
Right.
you also have artistic and creative ways and perspectives, and I think you're really like leaning into that.
I'm really leaning into that, like naturally too.
Yes.
Like I feel like I'm not forcing myself. I'm just like it's coming naturally to
natural,
me.
yeah.
It's like coming out of me, you know. Like I'm like, I love it.
I love that for you.
Thanks. That's how I feel, and I feel like that's how I've changed and have grown
through the season.
That's
crazy.
What about you?
Oh, I thought you never asked.
Your turn.
No, I think for me, I have definitely. Oh yeah, so we went through transition of me quitting my job.
Oh, it was around that time?
In November is when I quit.
Holy crap!
And then that's when my special. Wait, when is this coming out?
In a two
on
3
the
weeks,
19th?
3 weeks. Wait, the 19th?
Is it the 19th? Hold on.
Is it really?
This is gonna be going on the 19th. That's when my episode comes out.
Oh my gosh! I know.
Oh my god. Okay, so now I can talk about it because it's gonna be released the same day.
It should be right.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, I think I've grown a lot, definitely for sure. And we went through the transition of me quitting my job. And then also today, May 19th, I can finally say this on camera.
Finally.
Yeah, I've been keeping a little secret from everybody. I am on Dr. Pimple Popper.
Ooh,
that's crazy to say out loud.
Out loud, for real.
I literally got to experience being on a TV show at the end of November. So it was like right before Thanksgiving. Of 2024.
2020.
So,
really?
yeah.
Okay.
So
that's right. You literally just went there.
Yeah. So this was like literally after I quit my job, then went to go film Dr. Pimple Popper.
That's right.
And they were like, at least a year until you'll be on TV.
Like
but
it'll broadcast. Yeah.
Now today, May 19th, you
Wow,
can watch the
so
episode.
Excited.
I think just having that and like seeing my whole life really like pivot into the content creator and like being an entrepreneur in the creative realm has really just changed my perspective on life. And I think I've really grown in the way of like not giving up on knowing what my self-worth is. For sure. Because I feel like in this realm, like a lot of people want to put like a number on like your worth, and it's like, no, I know my worth and you're gonna have to pay me what my worth is. So like knowing what my worth is kind of has been the lesson that I've learned this season, is to like stick to what I know what my worth is.
Yes.
You know, don't let anybody tell you what they think your worth is, because you're worth even more. Add tax.
Oh, add tax.
For real, because taxes are for real. Okay.
Not just that, but then I think is that like all the work that you do put behind your actual work, it's a lot that you really, put into it, and it's, blood, sweat, and tears, so that's why you're thinking, you're like, yeah, you know what, I deserve more.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're standing 10 toes down on that and saying that, yeah, I am worth more, I deserve it, I deserve more, because this is what I do. Like, what you're gonna what is it, you get what you pay for.
Yeah, you get what you pay for,
And
not only that, but I also think that because I'm in the creative realm or like social media, people think, oh, you're just posting a video. But then like Sadie knows behind the scenes, I'm like planning, like I feel like you have to build a foundation and experiences on top of that, and then what you see is literally just surface level.
Just literally surface
There's
level.
so many things like layered underneath that you don't even.
It's like you're like, for example, like if you have like a little like 10-15 second or maybe 15-20 second video of like something that took like maybe like a good 45 minutes just for you to edit.
Yeah,
you to put it together, editing. Cutting.
That's not even counting the shooting.
Exactly.
Like, the script, like
and the time of you driving out to the place.
Yes.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm just editing my own TikTok videos, I'm like, oh, I get so annoyed with it. I'm like, sometimes I just give up. Hence that's why we've been kind of, again, a little behind on posting about our spring event, but it's coming, I promise.
Our spring event,
like just like content and more pictures and stuff
about
our
spring.
Yeah, our Spring Fling.
At this point, if this episode airs and we don't have our Spring Fling stuff out yet,
period. No, it should.
Please punch us both in the face.
DM me right now, like.
No, literally, because we should definitely be editing it already.
Yes.
We're gonna do our best, but yeah, how do you feel now that season 3, year 3 is coming to an end?
I think about it whenever we first started, and I keep thinking, because we were talking about our like Spring Fling events and all that, and we kept on talking about the very first event, our 1 year anniversary one, which is crazy to think, because now I feel like that was so long ago. I feel like
it was so long ago.
It was like October of
2023,
or was it 22? 20, I don't know, it was something. I don't know. We'll look it up. And our little backdrop was so janky. It was like a little. It was like a quick little like we
did with
what we could at the same time, And again, just like looking back at our very first few episodes, I'm still till this day I'm terrified to go and listen to our first few episodes.
Unhinged. I'm
so
sorry.
unhinged. so unprofessional and just little kitty. But then again, there's beauty in it because that's how we started. Where we're just like so excited to get our voices out there. We're just like all over the place, and some of them were just kind of like what's the word, not unnecessary, what's the word, just kind of like not pointless, but just kind of random and rambling. But then we also had some really, really good topics, conversations. You know, that's why I think hence in season 4, oh gosh, sounds crazy, we talk about some of those and see how our perspectives have changed. Because I want to put something out there, if you're not changing your mindset, like, I don't want to say every day, but like throughout the year, if you're not changing, you're finding yourself in your mindset changing, then you're not growing.
Like reflecting on who you were, how you used to be. There's always like room for growth. I feel like
yes, absolutely.
You're never always going to be like 110%. And if you are, like, not that I want to be around you, but like I just think that you owe it to yourself to always try to learn more, be more,
level up. Sometimes I saw this post on Facebook, a meme that says something about be comfortable with being corrected even as an adult. You know, like being like it's okay that, you know, if somebody corrects you, even though you're an adult, like you can still learn. You are actively learning as you're growing. And as a matter of fact, instead of learning, I like to replace that word with grow. You know, I really, really like to like change or whatever. I like self-growth. Like that's something that we heavily like focus on our podcast and all of our events. Like we really try to push that, like self-growth, like growth in general. Like if you're, like I said again, if your mindset's not constantly changing, then you're not growing. I feel like you're like, and I guess it really gets down to like whatever it may be, you know, like sometimes of course you have opinions where your opinions are like, you're stuck on that. You will never change your answer and your opinion on that, which is fine. But I'm talking about just things in general, you know, like I don't know. Even me sometimes, like, yes, I might be so strong in something that I believe in, but I will be more than happy to sit down and have a conversation with someone. I'm open to like, hey, like, you know, dabble in like, what are your thoughts? Like,
tell me your perspective.
And
I think like that's maybe the 30s too, is like letting people, like, just welcoming the idea of different perspectives. And not being intimidated or not being like, not feeling like it's aimed at you, personally attacking you. I don't know, man. I can't believe that year 3 is coming to an end. And I feel like, you know, I don't know if we would ever stop the podcast. Like, I think it's just
I've had not conversations.
Let's talk about that.
I've had some thoughts about this, you know, just like, because like sometimes, well, now that you've mentioned, I've had some thoughts about it. Like some days I'm driving and like after filming or whatever, or just listening, like some days whenever, not gonna lie, sometimes whenever we push to come and film, I'm like, oh crap, it's kind of like, it's becoming kind of like, okay, it's a job type of thing, right? But then the moment whenever we start talking and we're done, or the moment when I'm listening to it, I'm like, this is why we do it. This is why we do it. We forget that this is, what is it, that little TikTok, this is the reason why, or this is all what it's all about.
This is what living is, or something about.
But like, because like, I mean, the building up and like the building up to it, it's a lot of work, right? And sometimes we have to drag our feet because like everybody else, we're super busy. Life is crazy busy, especially now in our day and age. You know, you have kids, I'm hitting my 30s, I have a lot of things we have to do and all that. So sometimes we are like so busy, and I guess, you know, like the schedule that we do follow, like again, it's like the school round. So you're crazy busy, I'm crazy busy with work too. So sometimes it's really it's like a lot and overwhelming, but it's needed. It's so needed.
Because I mean, without the podcast, I don't know. I feel like through the podcast we've gotten closer. Not only that, 100%. But then like it's also like a therapy for us too. Like we've always say that.
Freaking therapeutic.
And we always think that hopefully it's therapeutic for you too as a listener, and like it's your little escape from life, work, reality. Because think about it, if you're listening to this in the car or when you're at home cleaning, you know, we want it to be a safe space and just like a comfort show for you, you know.
And that's also another reason why we always we really highly suggest, and we're encouraging like open ideas from you all that are listening and that are watching, like, hey, what are some things you would want us to dive into, or, you know, to just kind of have a conversation about, just so that way you feel seen and you feel heard, because that's exactly what we are here for. Like sometimes I feel like, I mean, literally and figuratively, we want to be the voices for you, you know. We want to be the voices for people that don't really get the chance to, or feel comfortable enough to even, you know, put their voices out there, you know. So and I don't know, I've had these conversations in my head where I'm like, what if we come to a day where we're like, okay, whenever those couples YouTubers like become like,
guys are breaking up.
Something to tell you guys, we're breaking up. We're gonna stop this.
What are we gonna do with all this equipment,
girl? We have invested quite a bit, and we can't stop yet because we still haven't invested to the little poles and everything. Remember?
We have still so much more to say.
So much more. Not just that, but yes, I think a beauty about our podcast is that it can be evolutional. Is that a word? Evolutionary.
It can evolve.
Evolutionary, it can evolve because of what the world is and how our lives are always moving. And who knows, like thinking about the future for us, like, I get emotional. Look at me now.
She said she was gonna keep it in.
I know, no, but I'm not gonna cry. I was just like thinking about the future in general because I feel like we can always talk about something that's relevant. We can always talk about something. I know.
Why'd you get teary?
I don't know. I was thinking about my future. I think I was thinking about my future in general. Like
what?
I don't know. Like maybe families. I don't know.
Like you getting married and having babies.
Yeah, because I've just been thinking, like, again, whenever I turn 30.
Are you on your period?
I think I'm about to, maybe. No, maybe that's why I'm emotional. Not emotional, but then just feeling everything so much deeper, like I said.
Because, like you said, everything is going really, 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 really fast.
Really fast.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes, and the podcast is something to tell us that we need to slow the heck down.
Yeah.
So it's very much needed. And like you said, honestly, I can't really picture us without this anymore because we can still hang out and yap and all that, but it's just different.
That's why we started a podcast.
That's why we started.
Because we're like, dude, we yap about this all the time in the group chat. Like,
in the group all the time.
This is the group chat.
Literally, this is a group chat.
Literally,
oh my gosh,
yeah.
hashtag group chat. But the thing is that I think the beauty of it too is also because like whenever we have our yap sessions or we're talking about things that are relevant, aka relevant, a lot of people can literally relate.
Yeah.
So I find people always messaging. Excuse me, gosh, lost my train of thought and
messaging us.
People always message us and say, oh my god, I agree. Like, or comments are like, wait, no, that's so true. Like, that's so real, Yeah. And like even my sister-in-law and just people I see in general, they're like, I listened to your episode and that is so true. Like, this is my opinion. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you know what? Come join the group chat. Honestly, like we want your thoughts, and that's also another reason why we like to invite guests on here sometimes to just get a third perspective too. Moving forward, what do you think? We haven't talked to Val about this there yet, but then like we said, I know that her moving forward, her future is going to change a little bit. Her her future is going to change as well. So would you like to add a little bit of something into that, like how it's going to look maybe?
I think it's going to look the same how it is now, where we did in the last interview with her talk about the possibility of her coming on to episodes in the future. But like we said, she just has so much going on in her life right now that it's just like when she's able to drop by, then she is able to. And someone was like, did you guys kick her out? It's like, no, we didn't. Like, we already told you guys, she's very, very busy. So the podcast, like Sadie and I have said in the past, is something where it takes time, blood, sweat, and tears. And she's trying to pivot in her life, and and that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. We're not holding it to her. I mean, we're not holding it down on her or anything. Like, like we support her in what she does.
Yeah.
Always here welcoming her whenever she is able to.
And we do miss her too, when we have our conversations, because it's just Sadie and I's perspective now. And, I think that whenever she's able to drop back in, that's cool. But if she can't, that's okay too, I think going forward, I would love to be more intentional with our guests. I think that's something that I really want to work on this next season, is maybe map out what individuals we want to see on, maybe a few professionals. And also, I didn't even tell Sadie this, but I met somebody the other day that has a podcast space, and I actually know a few people that have podcast spaces. So I think I really want to pivot into maybe moving into a studio versus like in my home. Having like a more professional space that has maybe the boom stands ready where we can just set our mics onto it.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, maybe like like you said, evolution. I know
always evolving.
In the past seasons, you've seen our scenery change, our mic setup change, our chairs change. But every time we have a new season, every time we're trying to elevate, it's only to elevate the ambiance. And I think it's always a great thing of just just like we said about learning more in life and everything. I think just finding new ways to level up this podcast is really like fulfilling. Like, we get nothing out of it.
Nothing.
Except community, meeting you guys, talking to you guys, and building the safe space. But monetary, we get nothing from it. You really have to come from a place of love and care, and I think that's what we're so great at.
And what you really like, this is in a way it's our craft, you know, like we are literally meant to be, I don't know, do this because it satisfies us, and hopefully you two listeners out there, you know, that can actually relate and actually enjoy listening to our episodes weekly, you know. I feel like talking about your answer, like what your question earlier from like how, you know, how we feel from back then to now, and just in general, like again, I say growth. I feel like throughout the years and seasons, like we always feel like we're always elevating, but then at the same time, always we keep our core. You know what I mean? Like we still have our stupid little like funny personality, and we still, you know, have fun and all that. But then we're always like, I feel like I'm so biased right now, but then we're always like literally we're leveling up every single time, every season.
I think
we always have something better.
If you're not leveling up, you're doing life wrong.
You got to do something about that, man. Yeah. You got to do something about that. You have to feel better.
I don't know. I just think that I'm so appreciative of us starting the podcast, because I really don't know what I would do if we didn't have the podcast.
No, I swear.
Where would we be now, like 3 years ago, if we never started the podcast?
I think literally 3 years ago, which is crazy, but I can't imagine us stopping this. I mean, maybe eventually they'll come a day, right? But then we'll cross that bridge whenever it's there. But then for now, we're gonna keep going.
And you know what? Stronger. I think that I can share from doing the podcast is I definitely think everybody out there should have at least one passion project that they're working on.
This is exactly what it is,
because it really takes you out of an escape of your everyday work life, whether that be you work a 9 to 5, whether that be you work retail, whatever your job may be. I think that having something where you can pour 100% of yourself besides what that job is as your passion project, like it gives you something to live for, and it just like keeps the fire lit inside of you, and
doing it in your most authentic self, authentic like mindset as well, and self, you know, because it's like it really feels like and it keeps you to be an individual as who you are, remembering who you are, you know, on like in you know, on the inside.
You know what? And I also think that it has to do with the creativity aspect too, where it's like it doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to put it out there. Like whatever you're thinking about, like just put it out there and do it. Like we don't care how many views we get. We don't care how many listens we get.
I don't even track our like how many views we get.
No, we literally just do it.
It's out there
because we love it. You know, whoever listens, whoever doesn't. And maybe one day someone will just listen to it and it'll just go boom, viral. We don't care about that. Right. I think there's something beautiful about doing something with so much passion that doesn't hold any monetary value, that doesn't hold any like analytical value.
Exactly.
You're literally just doing, like, it feels so free. It's like walking around the house in your underwear.
Yeah, literally.
Like you're just like, I feel so free. Like,
I know.
You know, and doing something with passion serves, I think, for a better life, for sure.
Serves the soul.
I think if you are looking to find something to do, find something you're passionate about. Try something new.
I had a few friends to actually reaching out and saying that, hey, I've always, you know, your podcast has inspired me to, like, I want to start one. I'm like, girl, just do it. Do it. Like, even in the very beginning, I've had a few friends saying that, messaging me, and I'm like, just do it. You just got to start somewhere. I'm like, here are the links, like the stuff that we literally just got all of these things on Amazon, and we started in the garage, you know, and
literally on an
iPad in the garage, and here we are now, and just making it. And I'm so proud of us for coming how far we have come.
Yes.
Especially, I think the events are definitely highlights for us.
Every bump in the road, and look, we're still here.
We are still here.
And I think that we are definitely masters of holding intentional events.
Oh, 100%.
And
I still need to we need to go and ask our guests, we
have their emails.
That's true. We have their emails. We have their like socials.
Let's send them an email. I will send a mass email to all of our guests.
For real?
Yes.
And then be like, hey, check your email.
Yes.
Okay, I love that. We can do that. What are you looking forward to for season 4?
I'm really looking forward to, again, the guest list. I think me personally, I want to be more intentional. Like, I want to bring on a therapist. Like, I want to, that's why I was talking about those more professional filming spaces. That way it's not just like people showing up to my house. But yeah, like, I'm really excited to have new, fresh guests that are intentional.
I like that. I like the idea of like getting guests from different careers, from different just like you said, perspectives from their lives, and you know, or whatnot, because like some of them we might just be like associated with and, you know, acquaintances, but then we might not know much about them. But I would love to do that. But I have a couple in mind, you know, already, so we can start a list too. But
okay, what are you looking forward to?
Season 4. I'm definitely looking forward to more of like intentional events.
Yes.
Those are always so good, but they're crazy busy. It's a lot and it takes a lot. So any support we can get, and like you said, collaborations, we are always, please, we are open. Please let us hit us up, please. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the guest list as well. And I'm just looking forward to all of the new Yap sessions that we will have for our future. And, just to
Hopefully by the time we start season 4, Sadie will have a ring on her finger.
We'll see about that.
We'll see. We have like a few months.
We have a few months. We'll see.
March,
because we won't start
April,
until
May,
like
June,
September-ish.
July, August. We have about 4 months.
It's okay.
Let's see if Brian pops the question, y'all.
We'll see.
And if we start season 4 with no ring, that's okay, right?
That's okay. No rush. Whatever happens, happens. If it happens in the middle of it, beautiful too.
Oh, see.
You have to see perspective. You have to see life from
all lying. She wants the motherfucking ring.
I'm okay with whatever, to be honest, because now that I'm thinking about it, I am. I was like, sometimes whenever you want something so bad and you feel like it's coming closer, like now you're like, whoa, like let me slow down.
Oh, is that how you feel?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
Not necessarily. Not
Brian,
necessarily.
don't get that ring yet.
No, get it. I'm sending mixed signals.
No, but I think this season has been very beautiful for us.
Successful, beautiful.
And I'm very excited to see what season 4 holds.
Me too. So everybody, thank you so much for sticking with us throughout this entire season.
For the past years, if you've been listening.
Oh my gosh.
Like truly, you guys are the real ones. And if you're just a new listener, you better back that ass up and go listen to episode 1.
What? Pilot. Our pilot episode.
There's so many episodes. You know what? I'm gonna start listening to it from the beginning because that's so funny.
I'm telling you. And hey, fair warning right here. A disclosure: we're gonna have some episodes that are super unhinged and crazy.
If you listen from the beginning, don't judge us.
This was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Like I said, I am not the same Sadie I was from 3 years ago.
No, neither am I.
Heck no.
I'm not the same Sadie. But no, I agree. We had definitely grown in a positive way. And I'm excited to see where another year takes us. That's crazy.
For the time being, go catch up on everything else.
I don't want to say goodbye.
Don't want to say goodbye. But
I want to say goodbye.
Bye.
All right.
Goodbye.
If there's one thing you have to leave the audience with, what would it be?
Ooh.
Come on, something good. So for the next 4 months,
our camera's about to die too. Yeah. Okay. For the next 4 months, you said.
Yep.
Okay. Please take time for yourself. Take a pause. Summer is right around the corner. It's the perfect time to just relax, wine, dine, take some time for real, like for yourself, truly. Okay.
I love that. Wine, dine, take some time for yourself. I love that. Thank you so much for that.
Of course.
Miss Sadie. For me, something I want to leave with you is that...
Shut the heck up. Let's go.
Oh, I'm going to cry. One thing I want to leave with you guys is that in order to fill the cup of the people you love, you need to fill your own cup first. So find something that ignites the fire in you. I know as a mom, as a wife, especially if you're a woman, you feel like you're always taking care of other people. Find something that you love to do, whether it be going to get your nails done by yourself or starting a little passion project like arts and crafts. Do something for yourself.
Yes.
Like once a week at least. Please, I'm begging you. Because if you don't, you lose yourself and your identity. So that is my homework to you is do something for yourself, not only for like the time being until the podcast comes back, but truly make it like an everyday practice. Yeah. That way you get used to self-care.
Start today. Today. If not now, when? Come on, let's go.
All right, guys. Oh my God, I don't want to say goodbye.